I've built a $25,000 per month online business without a team, without an agency, without a huge following. And in this video, I'm going to show you how it's done and particularly the 3 things that you need to make it happen. If you have found yourself wanting to build something big online, but not wanting to do it in a complex way, you want to keep it simple, this video is for you. When it comes down to it, there are 2 ways to build an online business. The influencer model, where you chase clout, clicks, and views, or the one-person online business model where you build systems that sell for you. I much prefer the latter. It's easier, it's simpler, and it doesn't require me to be online 24 hours a day just trying to build an audience in the hopes that I'll make money from it. There's a very intentional process that I go through to build a system that generates revenue for me in the background of my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I've helped hundreds of other people do the same. And so if it comes down to 3 things, what are those 3 things? Very simply, they are to 1, build an engine, 2, stack offers, and 3, play the long game. So first, we're going to build an engine, not just content. In the influencer model, what people are trying to do is basically create enough content to build enough of a following to get enough attention where there are enough eyeballs where they can rely on ads or sponsorships to make a living. In this model, the one-person online business model, we don't need all of that. What we need is an engine that's going to include content, but really what we're looking at is what is the system that is running in the background of our business and of our life. So this engine has 4 parts, and you have to really make sure that your business includes all 4 parts, that they are built out and they are running. First is going to be the content, then the lead magnet, then the email funnel, then the offer. And this cycle, this engine is what is always running. So let's start with the content. The content has to be consistent, helpful, relevant content that is targeted to your person that you're trying to reach to help them solve their problem. This is why I always talk about who, what, how. Who are you trying to reach? What are you trying to help them do? And how are you trying to help them do it? If you can identify those 3 things, who, what, how, then your content is going to be on point. That content has to solve the real problems that they feel, and it has to answer the real questions that they're asking. And then that content is going to lead them to a lead magnet. Here's what I mean. I mean that in that content, you have to have a call to action. You have to ask them to take the next step. This is what turns it into an engine that is automated and works in the background of your life, and not the influencer model where you're just trying to get enough views to get a sponsorship. That's a totally different thing. This is taking people from your targeted content to your email list. And the way that you do that is by inviting them to go deeper with you with your lead magnet. I've talked about this a lot, but your lead magnet basically just needs to do 2 things. It needs to have a compelling promise. In other words, when people hear about it, they say, yeah, I want that. That sounds great. And it needs to deliver a quick win. They need to be able to use it and get results from it relatively quickly. Those 2 things are what's going to take them from the content to the email list through the lead magnet. Now, what happens when they're in your email funnel? The email funnel is where your system that works in the background of your life in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, takes it from there. So they've gone from the content, public facing platform to the email list, which is behind the wall. It's your ecosystem. Now you have a direct conversation with this person, and your email list is going to nurture them. It's going to warm them up. It's going to provide even more value to them, and it's going to offer them your products, because the last thing on there is the offer. So we go content, lead magnet, email funnel, offer. The offer is where we're really going to solve their problem in a massive way. The offer is the outcome. The outcome is the offer. What you're selling in the offer is the solution, the ultimate solution to the problem, the answer to the question that they came asking. And it is going to get them from where they're stuck to where they want to be. It's going to get them unstuck in a massive way. So the offer is really, really important. So where we started with this was you need to build something that runs in the background. And if you want this to run for you in the background, you need a system to do it. You need a software to do it. I recommend Kajabi. You can get 30-day free free trial with my link, plus a bunch of exclusive bonuses over at lanesebring.com/Kajabi. Now, where a lot of people go wrong with this, and the reason why a lot of one-person online businesses fail, is they might set up this system, but they only have one offer, right? Or really what they have is one product, and it's a course or it's a coaching package. And so what they're really relying on is enough people coming in to the content, getting the lead magnet, getting onto the email list, and then buying the offer. And that turns back into more of an influencer model where you need so many people to come through that funnel because the numbers just don't add up. This is why you have to stack your offers, which leads us to number 2, which is to stack offers, not just one. So offers plural is what we're going for. So as we're building one-person online businesses, we need to meet people where they are, and we need to grow with them. So when people come into your email list from your content, they are looking for something. They're looking for an answer. They're looking for help. They're looking for a solution. And some people might want the quickest, less expensive solution, least expensive solution. And other people might want the quickest, most expensive solution. Here's what I mean. Some people are like, okay, I just want some help with this, but I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I still want there to be results. That would be a person who would be an ideal candidate for a mini course, or maybe even your signature course if it's not priced like out of range. Like it's just maybe your comprehensive signature product that you've built and it's awesome. That might be all they need. There might be someone else that says, okay, I took the mini course and it was great, but I need more individualized help. So that person says, I want to work directly with you. Well, now they want coaching. They want your one-on-one coaching, which is all the way over here, and it's way, way more expensive than the mini course. And if you only offered the mini course, then you would miss out on the people who want coaching. But if you only offered coaching, you would miss out on the people who want the mini course or the less expensive solution. But then there are other people still who say, you know what, I want the signature program and I would love some access to you, but I kind of want to be in a space with other people who are having a similar issue and heading in the same direction and looking for the same outcome. So those people are going to want some type of community or mastermind or group coaching. And so if you have a stack of these offers where you've got coaching, one-on-one, you've got group coaching, you've got a mini course, you've got a signature program, now you start to see that you can put together and stack these offers where over time, as people come into your engine from your content, they're not just offered one thing one time and that's it. If they don't buy, you're done. But over time, they're seeing that you've got their problem solved in a lot of different ways. And you've got outcomes paved out for them all over the place. It's just a matter of what meets them where they are. This is how your business goes from being dependent on reaching the masses to being a business that can reach a few people very well and very targeted, and you can make a good living from it. I firmly believe you can get to $10,000 a month doing this. I did it, and then I exceeded that with this exact model. And if you throw in some other things like some affiliate offers in there where you're promoting other people's products, now you've got this massive suite where you're the person that they come to because you have solved their problem or you have pointed them to people who can solve their problem. If you want to know how this system comes together, I have a free guide that will be very helpful to you. It will take all of what we're talking about and put it on paper and make it make sense. It's over at lanesebring.com/super simple. It goes right along with what we're talking about because we're simplifying things. lanesebring.com/super simple is my super simple guide to starting a thriving online business. You can grab it for free and read it today, and it will map out this process for you. All right, number 3, you've got to play the long game, not the hustle game. So many people, when they get into this, what they're after is how can I build a 6-figure business next week? And unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. It's a slow build at first. It's like a snowball going down a hill. At first, what you're doing is you're putting all these pieces together. You're building out systems, you're putting together the software, you're putting together your offers. It can be a lot of work up front, but it doesn't need to be this grind where you're working till your eyeballs bleed. You need to have the long game in mind. You need to go into it knowing that you're going to be doing this for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And what you're doing now, those efforts are going to compound in a massive way down the line. I'm still reaping the benefit of funnels that I set up years ago, of content that I put out years ago, of my website that I put together years ago. It's all still there, and I've only had to minor tweak it over the years. I've only had to do minor tweaks to it. All of it is still in there in the background of my life running for me. It's like a flywheel or an engine that is constantly working for me. So I'm not grinding because this doesn't all have to come together tomorrow. It just has to continue growing. So the way that you should approach your work every day is to say, what can I do today to build on to what I've already done, to put another piece of this puzzle together, to put another brick on the wall, so that over time, my one brick a day turns into a pretty awesome building that makes me a lot of money, a pretty awesome business that generates a lot of income. And so between building out your engine, stacking your offers, and playing the long game, that is the entire model that I have followed for the last 5 to 10 years of building this business, and it's worked for me in a massive way. And when I've worked with people one-on-one or in group coaching situations, and they try to complicate it beyond this, it has messed things up for them. And I don't want that to happen to you, which is why I want you to see this next video right here, where I talk about the 5 mistakes to avoid when building your one-person online business. So click right there, and I'll see you inside that video.